up, YouTube family? It's your brother YT. Wake 'em up, back at it again with another video. The new flex is affordability. People don't care about the big home. Nah, now they want something that they could own. See, now you could build a tiny house for a few thousand. I'm not talking about 2,000, but I'm talking about $5, $10, $15,000 and $20K. You can get you a tiny home built from the ground up compared to the average house being $450,000 to $500,000. It's a big difference, isn't it? Tiny home seems to be the option for many people. It seems to be the only option for some. And the best option. I mean, why pay more when you could pay less and still have somewhere to lay your head at night? That's what really matters. Family, you already know what to do. And if you're brand new too, thumbs up this video so YouTube can push this content out. Smash subscribe to join the tribe. And ring the post notification bell as well.
I live in a tiny house and this is my official tour. Let's come take a look inside. You first walk into the right, you'll enter the living room. One of my most favorite things about this house is that it comes with a built-in fireplace. It actually projects heat like it's not fake. Just in this entertainment center alone, there are 8 full-size cabinets. I wanted to show you just how deep these cabinets are. As you can see, you can store a ton of stuff in. And these are just 8 of the cabinets. There's still more. First thing people say when they come inside of my tiny house is how in the heck do you have full-size appliances? They did an incredible job with the layout of this kitchen because look at how many storage places there are. A lot of thought had to be put inside this to make every single inch of it storage. Instead of them just keeping this the side of the cabinet, they made it into another cabinet. As you keep walking past the kitchen to your right, you will see the bathroom. There's cabinet space and then there's also a huge wall so you can fit a nice sized mirror on it. It was really important for me to have a full size shower. That was one thing I could not sacrifice. Right across the bathroom is your washer and dryer area. There's so much you can do with this area. Instead of doing the normal stackable washer and dryer, I chose to make half of it a pantry and the other half I got a washer and dryer combo. Across from that, guess what guys? More storage. We're not done yet. If you keep walking straight, it leads to a whole another room. This room right here is my beauty room slash closet slash honey's room. Most people typically put their bedroom in here, but I chose to make it this. So these 2 are my closet, and then this whole thing are 5 deep drawers to store extra stuff. I typically just keep all of my foldable clothes in here. Going back into this living room area, I have not showed you the best part of the house. It's the windows. Look at how beautiful these windows are. This is honestly one of the things that sold the house for me. Like, it cannot get any better than that. Now you're probably wondering where I sleep, so let's take you upstairs to my loft area. This is Honey's favorite area in the house. This is where she is half the time. Over here is a little seating area. This is where I read my Bible and do my devotionals at. I think people have a hard time getting over is the fact that you can't like stand up straight in here, but I promise you guys it's really not the big of a deal. A lot of people wonder when I sit up in my bed if I hit my head on the ceiling, and I'm here to show you that I do not. I actually have some room. We're gonna end the tour off here with just a little bit more information. So this is a 399 square foot tiny home. The brand is Champion Park Models and Cabins, which is a part of Champion Homes family of brands. The model name is the APS 527B. This video is sponsored by Champion Homes, and if you're looking for a tiny home by them, then you can click the link in my bio, type in your zip code, and it will let you know a dealer near you.
Now this is my dream tiny home. This is a 443 square foot with a massive porch, as you can tell. Let's go ahead and take a tour inside. It's called the Lagoon. Now, very unique concept. As you can tell, we have just a tilted roof, and that gives a unique look that a lot of our investors are liking so far. And we've added atrium windows, and really what that means for you and your parties who will come and stay with you is tons of natural light. And really, who does not like natural light? This is the kitchen. Cooker's kitchen. As you can tell, you've got space to work, plus we've added a farmhouse sink with a gooseneck faucet. So if this is on your ranch land as well, too, you've got tons of space to clean whatever you've gotten as well, and have tons of space for cooking. Here's the master. And then the master bedroom is right here with a big walk-in closet. The good news is, too, you also have a door where you can exit from your master.
More is less. A tiny home can eliminate stress. Less is more. As long as you got 4 walls and a door, that's enough. Affordable living is the future. Kanye West tried to do this. I'm pretty sure they're not going to let him do it. Glamping, that's the future. Airbnb is going to take a turn. Airbnb is down right now the traditional, normal way. People renting out their homes. But when you have a garden and a large amount of land and something like a glamp or even a campsite, that's something affordable. Not only that, it's also something that it gives you a different experience. People want to be away from the city. They want to have solitude. They want to have peace. That's one thing, as well as it's a cheaper way to get into Airbnb, and it's a cheaper way to live. Even if you don't Airbnb it, you're good to go.
Yo, do you live in this tiny home?
Yeah, bro.
All right, let me get a tour.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Come in.
Yeah, bro, as you can see, you know, I got a little TV, I got the PS5 right here. This is where I put all my shoes, you know, mail.
How'd you build it?
I did the window, I did the flooring, pretty much the painting.
So where do you sleep?
Actually, you know, right now I've been sleeping on the couch. I had a little incident that happened one day when I was running late for work. So as I'm getting off the ladder, I lost balance and like, you know, there was nothing to grab onto. As you can see, there was nothing to grab onto. So I grabbed onto the ladder when I lost balance, but I fell with the ladder. So I hit the floor. The ladder was on top of me too. So, you know, I hit rock bottom right there.
So you
I
just...
hit my head. So it was pretty crazy, yeah. So after that incident, you know, I just kind of didn't want to, you know, sleep up there anymore. I got PTSD, bro.
So what, is this like your closet area right here?
Yeah, this is a little, like a
You
little
got the mini
closet
fridge?
area. I got a little mini fridge too. Yeah, I mean, I don't really carry a lot of clothes, you know.
What's the pup's name?
Ellie?
Ellie.
I got stung with Bigfoot.
This guy bought a shed from Walmart and turned it into a tiny home, and you won't believe just how much it costed him. He got this one for $10,000, but you can buy them from many other places like Amazon, Home Depot, and Lowe's. When he bought it, the exterior looked exactly as it does now. All he had to do was focus on the interior. This was his first ever conversion project, and said that he was able to do all of the plumbing, electrical work, insulation, wall paneling, and tiling just from watching YouTube tutorials. The kitchen has almost everything you need: a sink, stovetop, microwave, dishwasher, and refrigerator. There are 2 beds, both of which are on a loft to maximize space. One bed is over the kitchen and porch with a window facing the front of the home, while the other is above the living area and bathroom. The living area has carpet flooring, a large spacious couch for relaxing, and a flat screen TV. He explains that to make the home feel more open, he installed a barn-style door that slides back and forth between the living area and the bathroom, which has tile flooring, a functional toilet, a vanity sink, and an all-tile shower, in which he placed the shower head on the ceiling to maximize space. The second bed is located just above with a ladder to access it, and is large enough for a queen-sized mattress. He was able to complete this shed to tiny home conversion in just under a year, and it costed him just around $30,000. But let me know your thoughts. Could you live in a shed, or is this just a nice getaway home?
If you're an architect and know how to get her done, you know how to get it done yourself, then you will really save. It's very easy for you to build a tiny home just using your hands and the skills that you have. See, you're really a gem. You could really make a lot of money off of self-sustainable living. You should probably prioritize that. You might as well come forward and advertise your skills. Start networking and talking to people and telling them that you have the skills to build.
Water bill, 27. Electricity bill, 100. Plus 65. That's the Wi-Fi bill. Plus groceries/food. That's 200. 392, man. We gonna round it up to 400. I spend 400 a month staying in a tiny home, man. If you ask me, that's good. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of people can't even pay their rent with $400.
I stumbled upon his YouTube channel. He young. He in his 20s, living in a tiny home. He's building it up as he go. He has the skills himself. It's a good thing to see. And I'm seeing a lot of great comments on his page as well. People that they're giving him his respect and how they're shocked to see somebody so young living that life. See, his family had land. They passed it down. Nobody was doing nothing with the land or the shed, but he had a vision.
Let's do a breakdown on how much it cost me to build my tiny home for my small business. It's so funny because I actually used The Sims to kind of build out the ideal of this building, and then later on I just ended up doing real blueprints. Mom's friend, she came through and she did real blueprints for me, so shout out to her. My original plan was to buy one of those pre-made buildings, but just for the building itself it cost like $13,000 in cash, or $600 every month for the next 4 years, which was going to equal up to about $20,000. But we decided to build from scratch. Lumber was $3,700. Shout out to my best friend. He works for a lumber company and he was able to give me his discount, so that saved me a few $100s. Roofing was around $250. My dad ended up having leftovers that I could use. Paint was around $660. I paid someone $300 to paint the outside, and me and my ex-boyfriend ended up painting the inside. Caught him trying to cheat, so had to get rid of him, but hey, at least I got my walls painted. Me and my mom did the flooring, but mainly my mom did the flooring. It cost me around $350 for the flooring because somebody had waterproof LPV, I think I said that right, and they were just trying to get rid of it, so they gave it to me half off. Yay. Drywall cost me around $590. No one wanted to mud, and we just ended up hiring somebody to mud for us, and that cost $900. And the plumbing also cost around $900. I ended up hiring family members to do that. Shout out to my cousin who really came through. He's an electrician and he only charged me $150 to wire everything, hook it up, dig the hole, hook it from the house to my tiny home. But altogether, with his included, electrical cost me around $750. My windows was around $325, and for labor, it was around $800. For all my doors included, it was around $225, and my trim was also $250. I ended up getting a really good deal on these because I went to the flea market. If you're ever looking for really good deals, sometimes flea markets have like a construction site. Please go to it and check it out because you will find really good deals. A lot of my appliances also came from Facebook Marketplace. I got my oven for around $225. Even the cabinets I got for $50 that came with it, and it was real wood. My dishwasher was $50. My sink was from AliExpress, and that was $200. Even like my vanity in my bathroom, original price was around $500, but I found it at dirt cheap for $89. So I did a lot of budgeting, a lot of deal finding, ended up cutting the cost a lot. Flea market, Facebook Marketplace, clothes clearance sale, and just finding good deals will help you out so much. Altogether, it all cost around under 13 grand to do everything. If you're interested on how I was able to finance all of this and ways how to make it way more cheaper for you, just let me know and I will not mind doing a whole nother video on it. So, bye.
You might not be able to afford to build a tiny home, but what if you had enough to afford the payment for your tiny home? What are you talking about, YT? Well, you can get a tiny home for $400 per month. You can't rent nothing no more. You can't rent an apartment for that price, not even in the worst neighborhood, not even in the slums where you hear gunshots every night, not even where you might get robbed, not for your belongings, but for your life. No, you can't even pay $400 to stay there no more. You can't even pay $400 to stay in a trailer park, but you can pay $400 to stay in a tiny home. Let's roll the clip.
You can get this tiny home for $400 a month. All right, let's check out the inside. This one does cost $39,000. It comes with a 55-inch TV. You get your love seat and your bed frame right here. Going to come with a bed. That's where the TV is going to be mounted. Super high ceilings. This is all cedar interior with the mini split AC unit. And then over here you have your little kitchen nook area. Tons of storage for whatever you need. And then you have an induction stove top with your sink and a mini little fridge right here. Oh, it opens from the other side. So you have your mini fridge right here. You got your dual flush toilet, and then your tiny little sink right here, medicine cabinet for extra storage, and a pretty nice size shower that actually fits somebody that's 6'2", and you don't have to like crouch down to have the shower head, so it's a perfect placement for that. And then you have your AC control right here with a fan remote that controls the ceiling fan as well.
All right, family. If you made it to the end, drop a comment below. Let me know, would you pay 400 smackaroos per month for this tiny space right there? That little miniature home. Listen, more is less. I would do it. And I would stack my bread to the ceiling. For real. Let me know what y'all do it. Family, I appreciate you if you made it to the end of the video. Peace. And to my Hebrew family, shalom.